Is the online MBA the next frontier for higher education? Joining us for this week's Smith Business Close-Up is Gary Cohen, Assistant Dean and Head of Executive Programs at the University of Maryland's Robert H. Smith School of Business. Thank you for being with us.
Jeff, thanks for having me.
You started an online MBA program not too long ago. How's it going?
So far, so good. We launched in January, and our online MBA actually has 4 intakes per year, meaning students can start the program at 4 different times. We've already had 3. We launched in January, then we had an April intake and a July intake. Our next is in October.
How do the students differ in terms of age groups or geographically from the regular MBA program?
So that's a great question. As far as age, this was a surprise to us. We're actually getting some older applicants than we anticipated. So the average years of work experience, for example, in our online MBA is approximately 9. Whereas for a traditional MBA, it's more in the 5 to 7 year range. So that was a bit of a surprise to us.
Does that affect what ought to be taught in the program, or maybe is it a function of what's in the program?
No, it really shouldn't affect anything academically or what's delivered in the classroom. But it was interesting to see that. We didn't anticipate that at all. As far as the geography, although the online MBA is available to people all over the world, really a large percentage of applications do come in from the region, from, say, Virginia to New York.
Okay, so for somebody who is considering an MBA and looking at various opportunities, various schools, in class, online, how do they make that decision? What makes this program competitive?
So one reason you would choose an online MBA might be that you're very mobile in your career. You might travel for a living, and if you do, it's very hard to make classes every week. So this is a great choice for someone who travels but still wants that degree. It's also great for the military. We have many applicants from the military, both veterans and active military. They move around quite a bit as well, so it works for them. Another reason is some people just never found the time, and I think that's why this age that I talked about before is a little older than we anticipated. People are now realizing they can do this on their own schedule.
Can it be 100% online, or does the student have to show up on campus at some point?
So our program is not 100% online, although the vast majority is online. Most online MBA programs are 100% online, and they're 100% asynchronous, which means you can log on any time. You don't have to be online at any specific time at all. Our program is a little bit unique. We start the program with a 3-day residency in College Park. All of the students come in. It's a great opportunity for them to bond. They meet each other, they meet our faculty, they meet our staff, and they go through 3 days of programming to start the program. They also close the program with a 3-day residency. So that's something that's unique. Additionally, we have synchronous sessions every week in each class. That means that once a week for each class, they have a 90-minute session where they log on and they can see their classmates, they can see the instructor, and the instructor engages in an interactive class.
I'm sure doing that for the first time is a very different thing than thinking about it, how we're going to organize this, and you get all those people into a virtual classroom. Any surprises in the level of interaction, how it actually works?
So the level of interaction has been great. It actually has surpassed our expectations. Now, we had a couple hiccups in the beginning with technology, but we've overcome them, and now it's running very smoothly. And students love the opportunity to engage, and I guess it's because most of the program is not synchronous. When it is synchronous, they want to be involved.
Obviously, one of the big reasons somebody gets an MBA is to advance their career. Do we have a sense of how employers are going to view online MBAs, how they're going to value that degree?
We believe employers are going to value our online MBA just as they do our traditional MBA. It's the same curriculum, it's the same 54 credits, it's the same instructors. Nothing is really different other than the delivery model.
How about the cost? Is that different?
The cost is comparable. The cost is basically the same.
Do you have a target for how many students you'd like to have in the program,
yes.
say, a couple of years from now?
So our target would be to bring in 40 students per intake. We really don't want to go any larger than that. Because when we break into the synchronous sessions, we don't want sections larger than 20 students. If you have more than 20 students in a section, it will be hard for students to be interactive. So if we have 40, that would break out into a couple of sections.
Very good. Gary Cohen joining us from the Smith School at the University of Maryland. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.